Right, Tuffers, the song that you never joined in, I'm going to talk about that now.
Okay.
So you can hang your head in shame and you can listen because, well, as you may have heard us talk about, the Test Match Special team was challenged to help out with a special recording of two iconic cricket songs, Jerusalem and Rally Round the West Indies. Cricket fan and musician Jonathan Gibson wants to create videos to thank both the England and Wales teams. Now, they feature a mixture of professionals, including a violinist from the Philharmonic Orchestra of Jamaica, alongside keen amateurs, students and primary children, and some members of the Test Match Special team, although some were lacking. Michael Vaughan, Shagur, Alison Mitchell, Daniel Norcross, Charles Dagnall and I had a go. So shall we have a listen? Here's Jerusalem. See whose voices you can hear picked out. I'll mention the names of those who were joining in, so just listen out for some familiar voices. I think there's quite a lot of Charles Dagnall in that first verse. That's the understated Daniel Norcross, I think.
Bring me my spirit, oh clouds unfold. Bring me my child.
Definitely Daniel Norcross.
I will not cease from there to fight, nor shall my soul
Here's the best bit.
till we have
As I mentioned, these songs are available out on social media if you want to actually see the pictures that go along with them, the videos that we submitted to try and... They're good fun. They sort of highlight the singers who go. Well, we've done Jerusalem. We'll have to do Rally Round West Indies as well.
Caribbean nation is rising fast. A sunbeam cutting through a clouded past. Our passion fills the
Very out of tune singing in the course of that. I think it's the Simon Mann family. Poor old David brother. It's a beautiful song, this. Might be Alison Mitchell, I think, that. Well, there you go. That's both the Jerusalem and rally round the West Indies. Of course, you get at the start of every day's play, or at least Jerusalem you do. Rather a mixed bag of talent, I would say, there from the Test Match Special contributors. Jonathan Gibson, hello, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon. Thanks for having me on.
No, it's a pleasure to be on. Well, dear me, what do you make of the contributions?
The contributions were great. I didn't know you could play the piano, Aggers. I think it was a revelation, yours. So
has that been kept in? Oh, does that remain?
Absolutely kept in. Yeah, absolutely. Contributions were great. I mean, differing levels of where they are in the mix, but no, they were all fantastic.
Well, I'm disappointed I couldn't get Carlos Brathwaite. I tried to ambush him down at the Ageas Bowl to sing Rally Round the West Indies.
We can save the ukulele playing for, I don't know, an Ashes series or something, maybe.
Yeah, no, we'll definitely do that. And I apologise for those people like Phil Tufner who claim I didn't know anything about it, and of course they did. How did this come about then? How did you think about doing this, and how did you get it through?
I suppose the idea came around 6 weeks ago when the series was being confirmed that it was definitely going ahead, and I was just thinking about what might be missing without having a crowd there, and just this sort of show of audience community support, this sort of lockdown way of supporting through videos. I just thought it'd be a really lovely way of showing that support to both England and the West Indies, and I emailed the ECB. Essentially, a bit of extra time on my hands, perhaps in lockdown, a bit of lockdown, ingenuity, I suppose, and just took a chance and emailed the ECB, and they took me up on it. Yeah.
It looks great. And how about all the contributors, all the school children and so on who you've got to sing? How did you?
Yeah.
How did you source them for a start?
Well, so many people I have to thank for getting these videos in so quickly. I mean, it's absolutely brilliant. But I've got the Griffin Schools Trust to thank for the students. We had Perrywood School in Worcester, we had Lordswood School in Kent, and Willowbrook School in East London. And they're a trust that do lots of good musical, artistic things, and had some fantastic students that actually sing Jerusalem every year. So they knew it perhaps better than some.
Oh, okay. It looks great. It looks, for people who have been doing sort of mass Zoom calls over the course of the last few months, the screen looks rather like that, doesn't it? And you've highlighted one or two singers as they go along.
It's very full. Yes, I mean, it's great that it is full. I mean, I felt I had to highlight people because the squares are so small. Otherwise, people might be a little bit disappointed that they can't see themselves. But yeah, it was great to have so many submissions. Essentially, I mean, there's just a real mix of professional musicians and students and cricket fans. I mean, if you look closely, you'll see cellists with full pads. And a trombonist wearing a helmet. So there's absolutely all sorts in there. So, do take a look. It's well worth watching.
Yeah. Rally Round the West Indies, I should explain, I think, to listeners that because how do we know what key we were supposed to be aiming to sing in? Not all of us achieved it, of course. And, of course, the speed, so that you could actually stitch it in all together. In fact, what we received was an email with a pretty basic metronomic beat. And also just a real outline of the tune, wasn't it? And that is how everybody has come to sing more or less the same notes at the same time.
Yeah, absolutely. Just a sort of click track with a very clear tune to make it hopefully as easy as possible. But talking of Rally Around the West Indies, what a fantastic anthem. Well, I didn't actually know it very well.
It's a lament. I mean, it was written by David Rudder. David Rudder's a massive cricket fan. Yeah. And I remember interviewing him, some years ago now, in the Caribbean. And I mean, I love his music anyway. I think it is. I love all the music he produces. But this particularly was, it was a very sad song. Talking about a warrior going down. That was Michael Holding. So that's when we're going back to when he dated this song, of course, which was a lament to the demise of West Indies cricket. So it's interesting how it's been sort of transformed, if you like, into something that's supposed to be, a sort of inspirational song. Because of course there is no. They used to play the national anthem of the current West Indies captain, and of course if you're a Trinidadian and the captain was a Jamaican, it didn't mean a huge amount to you. So they found something that was unifying.
No, I mean, it's just a great song to get to know, really, and yeah, I had some help from Hugh Morris to just arrange that with me, and yeah, great. Thank you to David Rudder himself for giving us sort of the permission to do that, and yeah, I love it. Absolutely love it.
Did you have to seek permission from him? Did you have to tinker with his song?
We did, just to make sure that we had permission to use it in a promotional cricket way, yes. Which we were given the yes for. So yeah, thank you.
Well, I mean, I know he's really proud of the fact that a cricket lover's song has been transformed into being the unifying music, if you like, for West Indies cricket.
Yeah, I mean, I think, like you say, it's a lament, but there's a lot of hope in it. It's a very hopeful and uplifting song as well, I think. Yeah.
Yes, and Jerusalem. People always argue about Jerusalem being used as an anthem for English cricket, but that's just one of those great hymns for a start, isn't it?
It's just iconic, really, and yeah, it's a piece that I think all sort of classical musicians and singers love to play and sing. I think it's just one of those pieces that it's just so anthemic. It just fits so perfectly, I think. So yeah.
Tell me about what you do as well, Jonathan. I mean, you use music to help disadvantaged children, don't you?
Yes, I mean, the reason why I sort of had the confidence, I suppose, to go through with this idea of doing this video is I've been making these videos throughout lockdown for a charity that I work for called Music in Secondary Schools Trust, and yeah, that charity basically provides funding for classical music instruments, free tuition for schools with disadvantaged and challenging student intake. So it's really rewarding work and a fantastic charity. And I think I was very fortunate when I was growing up that my parents could afford to pay for those lessons and support that, and not everybody does. And it's an amazing thing to be part of, playing classical music, playing in big groups and orchestras and whatever. So it's great to be able to give that opportunity to more people that wouldn't be able to have that access otherwise.
Well, we had a lot of fun doing it, Jonathan. Thank you so much. I'm sorry Carlos didn't make the cut.
Okay.
We'll try and work on him another time. But thank you. It's been a lot of fun, and I know that people who contributed to it have enjoyed doing so. There we go. So many thanks to Jonathan Gibson, and I'm not sure if they're playing it on the big screen or not, but it's up on the social media sites. And it's on the TMS Twitter feed as well. If you can bear to hear some of us singing.